Well, we're back again, everyone. Finally got some parts in here for the escape engine, and we're just gonna get what we can get done because I got snow coming in the next day or so here, and it doesn't look like it's gonna be fun. So I might not be able to work on this for a couple days because I'll be plowing snow. So see what I can get done here today. So the parts I come in is I had the gasket for the oil cooler flange, and then front crank there the harmonic balancer bolt, which comes with one of the little diamond embedded washers for the friction washers. So it was actually cheaper to just get two bolts because there's two of these washers on the crank pulley or on the crank sprocket, and I'm replacing both of them because I do not want to have problems. I have some other things I'm going to do to make sure I don't have problems, but I'm at least doing that. And then what I got here showing what I did to modify. This is was the solenoid for running the variable timing on the cam. And so what I did is I cut the valving side of it off where all the valve passages are, and then I also cut the electrical connector off, and then that can now go over here, go back in its hole right here, and it'll plug the hole in the valve cover, and then we won't have an oil leak there. I don't have to change out valve covers and oil pan. So yeah, so I'm gonna get some of this stuff cleaned up. I want these free of oil when I put this together because I don't want it to slip, and so I don't want to. I'm gonna have to spray the washers down with brake clean, just dry everything up, make sure everything's nice and dry, and then you can tell me if this is wrong, but by the time you do, it'll be too late. So I got this, the Loctite 680, which is one of the jobs I had in the past in the machine shop. We used it for gluing bushings in on a pulley. So it's rated at 4,000 psi of rotational force. So I figure between that and new friction washers, new bolt, crank down, this motor should never have a timing problem ever again, theoretically. So I guess we'll see. So yeah, I guess I'm just gonna try to move some stuff around here, get you guys set up, and get some work done. I only had this motor apart for a couple weeks, and I'm already forgetting how it goes back together. And that's not a good sign. Worst things have happened, but that's still not a good sign. Alright, so now we gotta put washer on, crank gear with, yeah, okay. Oh, I got some light. I'm moving you guys all over the place here. Alright, there we go. You guys should be stationary again. Alright, so there's that. So now we can put the oil pump chain on. It goes down there. We put this on. All the slack on this side where the tensioner goes. Oop. Now I really messed you guys up. Yes, hopefully that's right. Oh. Well, low budget operation here, folks. I mean low budget. Alright, so figured that out. You retract this all the way, there's a little lock in there you can take and actually, or a little notch you can use to lock it. That makes it a lot easier. Not gonna lie. So I guess I did do it the right way. Mostly. Not completely, just mostly. Alright, they're tight enough to loosen that up. There's that. Chain's tight on that side, chain's tight there, chain's tight there, good. Alright, now we can confirm this is over. Yep, okay. Timing is still set where it's supposed to be. Yep. So, let's take cam sprocket. Or not cam, sorry. The oil pump sprocket. That's the word I'm looking for. Oh, that helps to have that the right way. There it is. Alright. So, like that. There's that. Ooh. There's the bolt. So there's that. Okay. Now we got, should be 2 guides for that. This is the one. Let me find its other bolt. There it is. Drop serpentine belt, you know, the usual stuff. Alright, this goes in here. Hold on. Let's see. There we go. Alright. Now you shove so we got enough room to get the bolt down. There we go. There's that. I just gotta find the torque specs for all those things, which I don't think are very much. Torque those and all those timing components, those tensioners to ease this down. And then, I believe we're ready to put the timing cover back on. Minus maybe a little bit of finish cleaning up here. Alright, let's go find those torque specs. Looks like 89 inch-pounds, or which would be about 7.5 foot-pounds. So, not a lot. But that doesn't surprise me. That's kind of what I expected, is not a lot. When you're going into aluminum. Yep. Oh, there I did it again. There's that. Alright. Now, oh, there's the other socket. There we go. Those are all tightened down. Front cover's mostly clean. I'm going to assume those bolts are probably the same torque spec. Let's see. Let's get that other friction washer on there so it's easy to get on there right now. There's that on there. Alright. I'm going to grab my bottle of RTV. We'll get the cover all goobered up. I already put a new front main seal in it. I have a new harmonic balancer sitting around here somewhere that I gotta grab. I think it's on top of the escape. Grab that, but I gotta get the timing cover back on first. So we're gonna do that, and then we'll go from there. RTV is a touchy thing because a lot of guys don't know when's too much. Yeah. Let's just say I've pulled apart motors. Well, one motor in particular, a couple of motors total that have had bad RTV jobs. One in particular was actually a motor I bought that went in my Audi. I'll have to, maybe if I remember, I'll put a picture of the Audi in. And if I can find it, I think I took a picture of how bad the RTV was in that car, not in the Audi, but in the motor that I put in it when I got it. It was bad. So it's a touchy thing. You don't want to go crazy because you can ruin a motor. The motor that was in there that I put in it had almost been ruined. Luckily, it had other issues that caused it to not run. So yeah. Little do ya, especially with these new motors, they don't like having that extra thick gasket problem thing going on. So, yeah. This is where one of those little, they make dispensers for this stuff now, which would be really nice, but I'm cheap. Alright, let's see. Touch it up where I'm thin, where I'm just. But, yeah, with this RTV, like this is the oil resistant stuff, so it's a little bit tougher, but you can actually have it stop an oil pickup completely. Alright, there we go. Set that aside. Now, to remember where I put all my bolts for that. I think they're in this bag here. Not bag, towel. I think. Where's my tensioner? Or my idler wheel. There's that one plug. And nope, they're not in that one. Okay. Don't mind me, I'm just completely organized here. There we go. There they are. I gotta remember where that one goes. So I put it back on the right spot on the other engine. Alright. So, now without disturbing the RTV until we're ready. So, now let's see. These three easy. Two longer, or wait, no, two shorter, two longer. Remember right. Or no, they're all the same. Never mind, they're all the same. These all go in here. This one in here. No, it didn't. In here. Now, with any luck, we won't have any oil leaks. I've gotten pretty good over the years. Not having oil leaks when I do this, but you sometimes don't get lucky, so I'm really hoping that I don't have any issues. Oh, and I put that all the way over there. Oh, apparently I've been in walking mode today. Putting things on the wrong side. We're not working on it. You're supposed to wait an hour before you retorque, which these aren't getting retorqued till maybe in the morning. So, yeah, it'll be fine. Alright, everyone. So, it's been, well, let's just give you a little bit of background here. It's January 1st. It's been over a week since I've done any filming. I did do some work on the engine. I got timings all back together and done. It actually was already pretty much had the transmission back on it. And then I ran into a problem. And the problem is that this flywheel, or flex plate, sorry, looks the same besides the holes in it as the flex plate off the bad motor. Everything looks the same. Except for one little slight problem is these holes are actually in a different bolt circle, like by like 1/8 of an inch. It's not much, but it's enough where it actually won't fit on the transmission. So, yeah, got this one off. I'm calling this a balance dot. I'm not 100% sure, but we're gonna rip that one off and get it shoved on here so we can get the transmission shoved back on. Yeah, so not what I was planning on having to do, but the good thing is you look at it, the rear main is dry. The only oil is seeping through the holes, which is expected because the holes go right into the crank. So, believe it or not, these are all basically little drain plugs. So, I'll find the torque spec for those. It's probably in that 50, 60 foot-pounds is my guess, but it might be more. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna mess with now, is get that all swapped over, and we'll go from there, I guess. I know it's a terrible camera angle, but that's what I'm working with right now. I got, I don't know, just about 2 hours of time to work with here. So, because today is my anniversary, and we're going out for dinner. So, we're gonna find a place to go out for dinner, at least. So yeah, so I'm gonna work on this for a little bit, and then we'll do that. So, that one was in line with the dots. Okay. This one was opposite the dots. Sorta, kinda. I'll go with it goes on this way. Try to make these kind of make sense. Oh, I need a bolt. So if you got longer bolts, that helps, but in this case, you can sometimes get these things to line up enough. Let's see what I did last time. Put my little jack under here. Alright, well, this video has been now spread out amongst like 2 or 3 weeks, so I don't even remember really where, well, I left off before the harness was on, but, so off camera I worked on getting the harness on, and then I discovered that although the coil connectors are almost, they look identical, the pins are actually slightly different. The pins on the coils with this valve cover are actually slightly wider than what came on the original motor. And because I'm using the original harness, so it'll plug into the ECU connectors over there, I gotta swap these over. So these are the connectors off the harness that was on this motor. Was going to just repin them, but the pins are actually off of the older motor are actually a little bit taller, so they don't fit in the connectors. So we're just gonna swap them over and solder them. So probably get you guys set up on the fast track here, and I'll get the rest of these all buzzed together, and then I think I might be ready to shove the engine back underneath the car. I'm gonna leave the exhaust off for now and try to put it in after the fact, because I think it'll be a little bit easier space-wise for getting the engine back in. So yeah, and I'm gonna try to get it up the extra 6 inches, the car up the extra 6 inches I need to get engine under there on the rolly cart, because that'll be a lot easier to get it positioned and orientated for when I'm getting it lined up to pull it back up. So that's my current thought process. I don't know if that's going to work out that nicely or not, but I guess we'll see. Yeah. Well, there we have it. Got the connectors all swapped over. That one's, well, not ideal, but it makes it, so we'll call her good. So, one common theme, I'll grab one of the other ones. So, I don't know if this is going to be true for all engines or only most engines, but we got one consistent wire through all. So these have a gray with two narrow bright green stripes. These are the connectors off that came with this motor that connected these coils, obviously. And then off the old harness, they have a red wire in each one, and then a varying colored secondary wire. So I'm assuming one must be like a ground signal and one's a power. That's what it makes sense to me. So it's they all get a consistent signal from one wire, and then the other wire is the switch. So that's what that is. I think I'm gonna look it over one more time here, but I think I'm ready to try to shove it underneath the car, so I may yet try to do that. I have no idea what my initial plans were for this video, so we're just kind of going with it, and I apologize if it's all over the map and scattered and kind of choppy. It is what it is. Things happen, but I guess we'll just see where it goes. Alright, so I think this is where we're going to end it off. Yeah, the engine's back in. I got that motor mount, the one back there. This one's not tight completely yet, but it's in and holding. So yeah, there's one more mount down here in the front. You can't really see right now. Yeah, was not too terrible, I guess, to get back in, but it's definitely sketchy. And I didn't really film much of it because I started working on it and got nervous and kept working on it, and then I was like, oh, I never turned the camera on. So, sorry. But yeah, nice thing about taking an engine out on these newer cars is you can usually just undo some main connections, and then everything else is on the engine side, so I just put that one on. I got those connections, and there's a couple other miscellaneous things that got to get hooked up, and all the electrical connections are made. So that makes that pretty quick and simple. So yeah, After this, it's just a lot of piecing together, getting, you know, fuel line in, PCV hoses in, vacuum lines all hooked up, serpentine belt and accessories back on. Oh, excuse me. And then it's crossing the fingers and toes and putting a battery in it and hoping and praying that it starts. So yeah, starting to come together a little more. I don't remember what that was for. Oh well. Yeah. So yeah. So sorry this video ended up getting broken up over so much time, literally weeks. But stuff happens. So yeah, I don't remember what my end goal for progress on this video was, but this is where we're ending, is we got an engine back in the Escape. So thanks for watching. Go ahead and leave a comment down below. Please subscribe to the channel, and guess I'll catch you in the next one. Go find something to fix and make your own headaches. You don't have to always just watch mine.